Oh my God, guys, I am so happy right now. All of you who follow my channel, you know that I am a massive Atlanta Braves fan, right? So you guys know that I'm also a huge Ronald Acuna fan. And all throughout this offseason, the Braves wouldn't spend any money, and they said they wanted to preserve their financial flexibility, and everybody was like, well, what the fuck? Like, you're a contender. Like, what are you doing? And I still kind of feel that way, but now it at least makes a little bit more sense, because today it was announced that the Braves and Ronald Acuna have agreed to extend him for 8 years plus 2 team option years for about $124 million if you factor in the option years. I don't know how to explain to you guys just how good of a deal this is for the Braves, how team friendly it is. I don't know. It's insane. I don't think a lot of people see 124 million and they're like, oh, that's a lot of money. It's not for a guy like Ronald Acuna. And in this video, I'm going to tell you guys why it's so damn good for the Braves. Okay, so first of all, let's just talk about Ronald Acuna, the player. Last year, as a rookie, playing in just, 111 games, like about 2/3 of the season, he put up 3.7 WAR, Fangraphs WAR. That's a lot for a rookie. I mean, that's an insane amount of WAR to put into 2/3 of a season for a rookie. I mean, it's incredible. But let's say that he doesn't improve at all. Let's say, or maybe just a little bit, you know, if you extend it out to a full season. Let's say that he's just a 4-win player. Well, if you factor how much each WAR cost on the free market, if you were to go out and you were to buy Acuna on the open market, buy those 4 wins on the open market, it would cost you about $32 million a year for 4 wins, and that's valuing each win at about $8 million a piece, which is the industry standard. Now, if you take that $32 million and say that he's consistent, let's say he's a consistent 4-win player, you take that $32 million and you extend that out over 10 years, and that's $320 million worth of value that Acuna is generating right there by itself. Nothing else done with it. That is $320 million. Okay, and the way that you would get his value, or his surplus value, is to basically just subtract his contract off of that. So 320 million minus 124 million, I think 124 million, and that would give you, what is that? Math is not my strong suit. 196 million. Nah, I just had to think about it for a second. I was about to say 186, but no, it's $196 million in surplus value. That instantly makes him one of the most valuable players in baseball as far as like trade value goes. If you traded Ronald Acuna right now, you would have to back up a dump truck worth of prospects to get him. It's insane how valuable he is. But 196 million wouldn't really, it'd make him close, but it probably wouldn't make him the most valuable trade asset in baseball. But remember, we're valuing this guy at just 4 wins per year. He did that as a rookie. If he improves, if he turns in 5 wins, 6 wins, let's say he averages 6 wins over the course of the next 10 years. That's $48 million a year in value generated every single year. That's $480 million over the course of the lifetime of this contract. And then you subtract 124 off of that, and you're left with over $350 million worth of surplus value. That right there makes him easily the most valuable commodity in baseball. Yes, more value than Mike Trout, because Mike Trout is getting paid more and Mike Trout is older, so you can project him to start declining, you know, around age 33, 34, 35. He's not going to be as valuable at that point, so Acuna has more surplus value than him, projected surplus value than him, more valuable than Eloy Jimenez. Didn't he sign a contract like before he even got to the majors? It makes him more valuable than him. Any guy that you can think of in the majors, I've been scrapping my brain trying to think of a guy that has more trade value right now than Ronald Acuna. And I can't think of it. There's nobody. He's the most valuable asset in baseball as of today after this contract extension. Now let's talk about the contract itself. And I don't know what Acuna was thinking. I don't know what his agent was thinking. It boggles the mind right now because, okay, this guy, yeah, he was going to be under control of the Braves for the next 6 years. And it was going to be 3 years until he hit arbitration to where he could really start making a lot of money. I get that. Yeah, he wants to get his payday now. But he's still only going to make $560,000 this year on the contract. So it's not like he's getting any immediate return. The one thing this does do for Acuna is that it guarantees all of that money in the first 6 years. Plus it tacks on a little more at the end, but mostly what it's doing is guaranteeing that money. That's the benefit that Acuna gets off of this. Is that worth giving up your first 3 years of free agency to sign this contract? In my opinion, no, because Acuna is one of the premier young superstars in baseball. If he put out production like this for the next 6 years, he would probably be looking at signing the biggest contract extension or the biggest free agent contract of all time. I mean, he'd be talking about Machado and Harper money. Now, I know the free agent class this past year was a little down, but he would have been, 26, 27 years old entering free agency, and he's presumably going to be one of the best players in baseball over the next 10 years. So yeah, the dude would get paid a lot more than $17 million a year for the 2 contract extension years. And I presume the 2 years before that, he'll make a little more, probably around $23 million for the last year of arbitration and the first year of free agency that the Braves bought out. If I had to guess, I'd say probably around $22, $23 million. So yeah, he's going to get paid, but not nearly as much as he would have if he would have just waited it out. So, I mean, I get it from Acuna's standpoint. He comes from a poor country, probably from a poor background. So this, in Venezuela's in a lot of turmoil right now. So, I mean, it's probably great to get all this money now, but still, you're leaving a lot of potential money on the table by signing this contract. Now, from the Braves' perspective, there really is no downside to this. I mean, yeah, there's a little more risk involved. Like if he busts, then you're on the hook for 8 years, you know. But I mean, the likelihood of Acuna busting at this point is not that high, right? So you're not worried too much if you're an Atlanta Brave or an Atlanta Brave fan. And then you have the 2 option years tacked onto it, so that gives you flexibility. And the numbers are just ridiculous. This gives the Braves so much financial flexibility in the future. They're going to have a bona fide superstar on their team for the next 10 years, making chump change compared to what other teams are paying for their superstars, provided that it all works out. So there is no downside here to the Braves other than the tiny, tiny amount of risk they assumed by guaranteeing those first 8 years. Another benefit to the Braves is that Acuna is going to be extremely cheap for the next 3 years. He would have been cheap anyway, but now we have all that backed in on the end of it, and we didn't have to pay him anything extra in the first 2 to 3 years of this contract. He's still only going to make like $4 million over the next 3 years, maybe a little more than that, but not a lot. So the Braves are going to maintain that financial flexibility to go out and get whatever else they want to get done. Now, whether they do that or not, I don't know, but you know, they have the ability now if they want to. So guys, in conclusion, I could not be more thrilled with this deal. I think it's the best team extension that I've ever seen, ever. For a player of Acuna's caliber, for his potential, and for the extremely low cost that the Braves are getting him at, and the fact that they're getting him for 10 years with 2 option years for the 9th and 10th year, I can't think of a contract extension that was better. Now, maybe you could argue that Mike Trout, just because he's Mike Trout, but that contract is going to carry him into his age 39 season. By the end of that contract, it might not look so good. This one right here, by the time it's over, Acuna is going to be 30 years old. And by the time Acuna is 30 years old, this is another thing that I probably should have mentioned. Acuna's free agent market is not going to be as hot when he's 30 as it was when he was 26. When he was 26, he would make $300 million plus easy. Given inflation, maybe $400 million. Who knows? But an age 30 Acuna, I don't know. I don't think the market is going to be as hot for a commodity like that. So I think Acuna is probably going to end up being a lifelong Brave. I couldn't be happier about that. And hey, the kid has a lot of money now. He's never going to have to work another day in his life. Even though I think him signing this deal was a mistake for him, it sure is good for us Braves fans and the Braves in general. Immediately, he's become my favorite player in baseball. It used to be Freddie Freeman. Now it's Acuna because apparently he just really loves Atlanta, man. So God bless America, God bless Ronald Acuna, and God bless the Braves because today is a great day.